Over the past few weeks, I've been working to improve at Fortnite, but I still haven't mastered Fortnite Reload. So in this video, I'm going to master Fortnite Reload in just 3 days. But this wasn't going to be easy. Although I'm a fast learner, Fortnite Reload takes a lot to master, especially for someone that hasn't touched Fortnite in a year. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to 1v1, aim train, and practice piece control to hopefully win my first game of Fortnite Reload. Is it possible to master Fortnite Reload in 3 days? Watch until the end to find out. In terms of my improvement, the first thing I noticed is that I really suck at piece control. I'm not good at piece control whatsoever, and I really don't use it in most of my fights. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna head into a piece control map, practice it for a little bit, and then we're gonna head straight into reload. What made this even more interesting is that I've never played this piece control map a day in my life. So there was gonna be a huge learning curve. As you guys can probably tell, I don't do this very often. It's very obvious that I need more practice with not just my piece control, but with my aiming as well. Taking that into consideration, I spent a great amount of time in this practice session trying to learn as much as I can. I think I just gotta low-key slow down and take my time. After practicing different piece control drills and free building, I had no clue that I spent over 15 minutes practicing. But I can say those 15 minutes were well spent because I'm already starting to see a little bit of improvement. But now it's time for what we've all been waiting for, trying to get our first win in reload. And that is the only way to see if we truly improve. Since it was my first game, I wanted to try to replicate every single thing that I learned. And since someone was in front of me, I thought this would be the perfect time to test it out. Not only did I have a ton of confidence going into this game, it seems like I was replicating everything well. Let's just hope that we can actually win this game. Everything was going just fine until I had no white heals. All I had was shields. I just knew going into the next zone, I was gonna be cooked. Oh, come on, bro. Are you using aimbot or what, dude? I did a significant amount of damage while trying to get inside the circle, but I was trying to defend myself while taking massive amounts of storm damage. It's safe to say, I was just being pressured really hard, and I was not prepared for that. They just push so freaking hard, bro. It's actually annoying. I legit can't get a break, bro. There was just 3 kids left, but the pressure was still on. But let's just hope that we can stick this through. Oh my goodness. No! Oh my gosh, I got 4th place. For that to be the first game in reload of the day, that's honestly not too bad. That was my best game I've ever done in reload ever. There's no shot that we don't win the second game. Alright, I'm dropping cash again, bro. I think cash might be my low-key spot, bro. Should've got some shield, buddy. That clip alone lets you know that I'm already improving, but we still won't know until we win the game. Dang it, bro. It's the first time I've actually died. I think it's because I'm just pushing too hard. Yo! At this point in time, I am completely out of reloads. If I die one more time, I'm completely eliminated from the game. I had no choice but to get my revenge. After all that hard work, there's only a few kids left, and all I have to do is hold it down. Let's freaking go. Dead. Go. Gotta take everybody out. Full box. Dead. Let's go. He's cracked. He's cracked. Let's freaking go! Let's freaking go, baby! Let's go! And just like that, we got our very first win in Fortnite Reload. I never got a win in Reload in my life until now. But now it is day 2, and the goal stays the same. All we have to do is get a win in Fortnite Reload. Day 2. Since we won a game in just 2 tries, I thought it would be a great idea to hop right back into piece control training, but this time I want to focus mostly on the expert levels, mainly focusing on how to do them correctly and efficiently and trying to learn how to replicate them inside the game. But now it was time to try to win on our first try. For the first game on of the day, we are absolutely shredding everybody. All we got to do is keep things up and we'll end up with a crown win. From that clip alone, you can already tell that the piece control training is already paying off. But things started to get really intense. But I started to get a little worried because I didn't have a good loadout like I did before. By this point, I thought all my luck had ran out. Normally, I'd take any fight that I could, but I didn't have the good loadout I needed. So I was on the lookout for more loot, more health, and even more mats. As I was going into this fight, I suddenly remembered that this guy stole my crown, and I was gonna do whatever it took to get my crown back. Let's go. Give my crown back. I told you I'd do anything to get that crown back. But now it's time to actually win the game. If we win this game, not only do we get a bunch of confidence after this, but we also get a crown win, which just shows and proves that we are actually improving. I wanted to apply as much pressure as I could just so I could get this kid scared as possible. I know the more pressure I applied, the chances of me winning would increase. Let's go! Let's freaking go! We finally got that crown win that we truly wanted. And the best part, we did it on our first try. I literally almost missed all my shots. But if I am being honest, we did get really, really lucky there. 12 kills, bro. 12 freaking kills, dude. But I figured, why not try it again in the second game? Let's see if we can win another one in a row. But one thing I did notice about this game is that it felt completely different. It was almost like all of my opponents were on the same skill level as me, so I really had to lock in. Bruh. Since I died, I had a brilliant idea to get all of my loot back, or at least something closer to the loot that I had. So I decided to try to rush some players that were in a fight that had better loot than me, a little bit further out of the circle. But later, I'd eventually realize that that was a bad idea. Oh my. But the good thing is there's only 3 players left, and if I play this correctly, I could win my second game in a row. Oh. Unfortunately, we didn't win our second game, but for us to get second place, that is major improvement. So I was actually fine with getting off with the loss. But now we're on day 3, our final day. And so far, it seems like we've already mastered reload. We've already gotten 2 victory royales, and we're getting so much better with our piece control. But if we get one more win, this will prove not only to you guys, but also me, that we have mastered Fortnite reload. Alright boys, it is currently day 3, the last and final day. We're going to be warming up with some more piece control. Yes, we're starting off warming up in piece control, but we're doing it with a little bit of a twist. This time, we're going to include some aim training since my aim is really bad. I feel like if my aim was really good, we would win more games. So let's see how much of an impact this makes on the next game. But before we actually get to the game, we actually did some piece control 1v1s. And long story short, we lost this game not only once, but also twice. But I eventually went in for a 3rd time for a rematch and lost again. But that was until I got queued with someone that wasn't as tryhard. And everything went well until we officially got our first win. Finally freaking won a piece control 1v1. But my luck didn't keep going from there. I played at least 5 to 6 games of reload and I lost every single one of them. Until I was about to get off and completely give up for the video, I gave it one more try. I have over 11 kills, but I have no more reload. My plan was to wait out the reload until they completely are disabled and then start W-king everyone. There's currently 3 people left, and I don't even know how I managed to escape. All I have to do is hold it down, and hopefully I can win the game. And if I'm being honest, I really didn't see that one coming. But right before I decided to give up one more time, I used the last bit of patience that I had to try to prove that I actually mastered reload. So the first thing I decided to do was start to W-key every single person I felt like that was really garbage at the game. Even this kid died to fall damage. But I didn't stop there. Anybody that I could find, I instantly tried to push them with absolutely no mercy. But I'm not gonna lie, after that, I started to chill out and just kind of scope the area and try to develop a plan. Until I came up with the brilliant idea to get height. Since I was watching a bunch of pros lately, I've realized every time that the pro had height, they always won the game. And so far my plan was working. I was applying so much pressure, I could tell my opponent was starting to run out of mats. While me on the other hand, I had plenty of mats and I had plenty of bullets. So I was basically destined to win this game, unless I messed something up. And I cannot lie, bro started handing me that Uno reverse card. And the worst part was, the storm was on my back, heavy. And I'm not gonna lie, if I lose this game, I'm calling it quits, bro.
Why they be down the boy? Tell them it's part of the plan. I'm just the underdog feeding them slaps. The game's in the palm of my hand. Whoa, they want me to fail.